Us.
Yeah, they're like, what do you think? Well, we hate it. Well, I don't know if we still have our receipt. We'll try.
Check the chat.
What is everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Let's go. You guys are gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. No pregame show after this one till next Thursday.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
That's a long break.
I'm gonna be missing it.
Nuggets playing host to the Portland Trailblazers for the second time. Worked well enough on Monday. Let's do it again, boys. We're also here in the Toyota Lounge driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Hop in the Toyota chat. Talk to each other. Talk amongst yourselves about the various things we're talking about. Brendan Vogt walked here today in the freezing cold like an idiot.
7 degrees out. 7. It did look cold when I looked out the window. I probably could have checked for 7. I'm good, though. I only feel a little bit like I'm about to pass out.
Oh, so. Your hands are kind of warm.
I'm sweaty. Just go to Dev. I'm getting sick.
All right, over here I got Superstar Dev.
I'm not as excited about this game as last game, but it's because of the last game.
Man,
I just seen the Nuggets put belt to ass on this exact same team, and I think they're even missing some guys.
You know what? The Nuggets were like, that was too easy. Let's tie one arm behind our back.
Yeah,
that's kind of how they went for this one. Give us the game notes, Vogt.
Yeah, sure. Hey, you may have seen, I was tagged in, I think it's a ESPN injury alert that Westbrook was upgraded to active. That is incorrect.
False!
That is a misunderstanding of an update from Michael Malone.
He did say that he's back.
That he thinks Russell Westbrook is back after the break.
After the break,
he's back. A bit of a pump fake there from Michael Malone. Excuse me. But Russell Westbrook is out. And we do have the rest of the injury report here. And it's an important one because a lot of the fellas will not play tonight, including Aaron Gordon, who is out with right calf injury management. Michael Porter Jr. is out with a left hamstring strain. Let's stop on this one for a second.
God.
Heading into the last game, it was left hamstring tightness for Michael Porter Jr. Went out there, did what seemed to me his full pregame routine, did not play, was still questionable all the way up until he was ruled out right now. But that has been changed to a left hamstring strain. Something to keep an eye on. Hopefully it's nothing. Porter's going to be out. Then he's going to get the All-Star break to rest that left hamstring strain. That's also what Russell Westbrook is dealing with. Like we said, he's out. Peyton Watson's still out with that right knee sprain.
Does nobody stretch their hamstrings?
I stretched my hamstrings before that walk. Didn't do any good. And Jamal Murray is in, though. Left knee inflammation. He was probable to play tonight. He is available to play tonight. And Michael Malone spoke on the defense, fellas. He spoke on the defense and a pretty good question about when will we know if this defense is good enough to win a title. If we do, if they're able to show that. And Malone said, well, they've had stretches where they've shown it's playoff ready, especially that stretch where they went 12-3. They had the number 6 defense over those 15 games. You'd like 15 to be a longer sample size, boys, but that is a great number, Malone said. Here we are with a 7-game win streak. Our defense is 8th in the NBA during that stretch, but that's where the challenge is. We show flashes, glimpses. Can we sustain it? Can we do it every night? Go back to the year they won the title, boys. They finished 15th in defensive rating, Malone said. I think one of the 2 teams that have won a championship being outside of the top 10 in the last 25 years or so. So they've done it. But that's what he worries about with this team. They've got a great clutch defensive rating. When the game's on the line, they turn it on. But that's a bad habit, Malone said. So that's what scares them a little bit. Obviously, they've seen it in flashes. The challenge for the Nuggets now, boys, is being consistent with that defense. And, of course, I would add, personally, staying healthy here one last game into the break.
Okay. So a lot of guys out tonight, but some guys in. Jokic and Murray are in.
I have the starters too, really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
It is Jamal.
You sounded like you were done.
Well, I was, but then I just got the starters.
Oh,
Jamal Murray, Julian Strawther, Christian Brown, Zeke the Freak Nnaji is in.
Ooh.
Nikola Jokic. So Strawther and Nnaji playing alongside the other three, I think, expected starters there.
So your bench tonight is going to be Pickett, DeAndre, Hunter, and you're probably going to Spencer Jones, Trey Alexander. Like, there are guys, Pickett and Zeke are getting an opportunity lately, but they're up. Now they're the fourth and fifth guys. Now you have to bring in guys even behind them.
I lied. I'm so excited for this game now. Like, truly, this is Jamal, Jokic, and the guys, like the boys. To see what you have there, just trying to get as much as you can out of the young guys, and really see what you have. We've been getting long extensions of, Zeke Nnaji and Jalen Pickett in that bench unit, and now we get to see them again. I love it, especially going into the break. Everyone else is rested. See what you have there. Things are starting to change. I like it.
I'm looking at this, as you pointed out, that the Nuggets, they have 34 10-point games, 10 10-point losses, 24 10-point wins. That's a pretty big number, man. I'm just looking at the Western Conference. I think it might be the most in the entire Western Conference, or at least very close to it. Yeah, I think it's the most. As I look at it, I think it's the most. Nope. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 35-1. They've been blown out once. Every other, they have 35 10-point blowouts, which is kind of, pretty impressive. But Denver's second most. So to his point, Denver has been able to be good in close games, but they actually have a lot of big wins this year, which is a little different. It's a weird game. We have a theory, Murray and Yoke. It's going to be extra those guys, I feel, tonight. Extra emphasis on those guys. And, this could be a classic peanut butter and jelly night, I think.
It has to be. If you want to hang with this Portland team, who, albeit they did look bad in the last game, but they've been a hot team, and they are going to, I'm sure, play a lot harder than they did last time. They even have guys that are out that, new people are stepping in. Donovan Clingan is going to be a guy that I feel like he's going to get his opportunity. He's going to play a little bit harder. They have the guys off the bench. Shaedon Sharpe, he's a starter, but he's really a bench player right now. He's going to want to prove himself. So I do think that this is a game that you'll be able to see them play a little bit harder, which means that your starters and your guys are going to have to up their game. So this becomes like an exciting game again.
And I've got the Blazers updates here. Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams III are out again. The Blazers will start Simons, Avdia, Kamara, Murray, and Clingan.
Or certain Chris Murray. Okay, that'll be an interesting.
Murray was out in the last matchup.
Game, so
and Ayton's out this one.
And that's right.
So Clingan will start.
Scoot out too. I think Scoot might be out. He got hurt in the last game.
I don't know. Let me double check.
He got hurt in the last game, so I'm curious if they brought him back.
And he got replaced by Julian Strawther, didn't he, in the Rising Stars Challenge?
And he got replaced.
So let me get a confirmation.
Yeah, so he has to be out.
Yeah, I think most likely. Yoke had 40 points in 3 quarters last game. I don't know if you remember that, Dev.
I remember it.
Yeah,
I remember it.
It was pretty easy, and that was against DeAndre Ayton, primarily. He's out tonight, so Clingan, the rookie. I think Yoke made a point to be aggressive in the last game. You're almost at the All-Star break. Yoke has to look around and see everybody in street clothes and think okay, I got to take this one home tonight.
Yeah, after that last game, I looked at the presser with Chauncey Billups, and he talked about Clingan, having to go against that matchup of hey, if you want to be a good player in this league, you're going to have to see what you look like against the best player in the world.
One-on-one. He's we want to see where you're at. The result, 40 points in 3 quarters, not there yet.
It's you're not there, but at least you're trying, and we're going to put you in those opportunities to prove yourself. So Clingan, that's a guy that I'm sure went to bed early last night. He knew what was on the horizon. He knew that it was going to have to be him that stepped up. I really do expect not him to slow him down, but for him to play extremely hard against them and try to get him different looks. He's long, athletic. He can move around and try to alter things. He's going to have to play hard. So I expect him to have one of his highest efforts.
Does Jokic then, for the sake of the rest of the team, take more threes, play on the perimeter, pull him out? Because Ayton, not much of a rim threat for guys like CB and of that nature. Stephen A. Smith reference there by accident. But yeah, with Clingan more of an actual defensive rim presence, maybe Jokic draws him out a bit.
You know what I think actually happens is, because I also listened to the post game and listened to Michael Malone, that comment about sometimes we're going to let him play one-on-one because you need to know how you match up one-on-one against the great players. In theory, we want him to be at a level where that's our advantage, is we don't have to double. But we know how it went, and since this is 2 games in a row, I kind of think the defense is completely different. I would not be surprised. What happened?
I've been getting filleted nonstop for 10 minutes.
I think that the Blazers tonight hard double yoke. I think it's like, all right, we had 2 games in a row. We're going to do one strategy, the other. And what better night to do that than when the guys Yoke's kicking out to are stepping on the court for the first time in their lives?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, to me, if I had a game plan, I'd be like, Spencer Jones, what number is he? Like, don't, like, make that guy shoot a bunch. Is he a shooter? We don't know.
Yeah, depending on who you ask, he is a shooter. Don't watch the form, though. May throw you off on
Actually, he
expectations.
shoots the first one. They're like, for sure, leave him open.
100%. But he will hit him, I think, if you leave him open. Yeah, I mean, look, that's a really good point because there's no Porter. There's no anyone. So Zeke Nnaji right here is your 4. So do they dare him to shoot? This is where confidence comes into play. Hopefully, thankfully, these guys are feeling themselves now to where if it's, hey, not just we need you on the court, but we need you to hit this shot, they're ready for it.
They double Yoke tonight. How's that go, given who's on the court with Yoke?
It's going to be up for Strother to knock down shots. It's going to be up for Brown to finish in transition, as we've been seeing. I do think they're going to give that. If I was in the other team, I would say, hey, we're going to have somebody else beat us. Yoke destroyed us, and that's why we got blown out the way that we did. We're going to need other people to step up, and we don't trust a Zeke Nnaji. We don't trust a Julian Strother to like knock those down. He will for sure get hard doubled.
Yeah, I expect it, but that could be a good night for Julian Strother.
It has to be. It really true. What
is he in the option right now? So Yoke's option number 1, Murray's option number 2, Christian option number 3.
For sure.
Yeah. Julian Strother the 4th option, right?
But he's your number 1 off-ball shooting option, right?
And if Yoke's not on the court, just think about on the court, they'll have staggers. He's going to be the 2nd or 3rd option a lot tonight. Julian Strother will.
Well, Julian has had practice getting shots up. You know what I mean? It's what he's been doing. It's what he's been training for.
All right. Well, this period of time, I'm almost sad for tonight's game because this might be the end of an era. We got the Pickett, Zeke Nnaji. We got to expect, and Russell Westbrook coming back. He's back.
On the other side of the break.
On the other side of the break? Okay. Eric Gordon probably coming back. Michael Porter probably coming back. So this is sort of the last, we had a little fun here right before the All-Star break. If I were to tell you, and I don't want to lead you guys anywhere, but if you, we all should make a pick about who we think, has stood out the most in this area. Like you could pick any player. So Dev, I'll let you pick it first.
For the last couple of games?
For the end of bench guys, you can pick anyone. Don't let me lead you. You get to pick it.
I'm going to go to Zeke.
I missed it the first time.
I'll go with Zeke.
Okay. All right.
Sure. Man, this is a guy that was just truly not in the rotation. He was DMPing every single time. He was disliked by teammates, coach, fan base, family, probably. I don't know. He has now been the guy that everyone's saying we should have been played him. He has convinced everybody that he's very good. And back to who he was when we were all up on him. So I think that it's a Zeke thing right there. If you had to pick it, who would you go with?
If you had to pick it, what would you say? Could be anyone.
Yeah, it's my turn to pick it. I will take Pickett. And I will hey, can I throw something out at you guys that we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
Now, it's probable that the next thing that happens is he's improved his trade value. Maybe he gets moved.
Probably.
Who's the backup point guard of the future?
I mean, come on.
Who's the guy who Westbrook.
Well, they don't have a lot of money to spend. You got to find somebody on a cheap deal.
Under team control for a while.
Under team control,
now,
cheap
listen,
deal.
I hope Westbrook is a Nugget for quite some time.
Yeah.
But in the case that he is not, Jalen Pickett is next man up, and all of a sudden you go, well, someone has to play backup point guard, right? We have missed Monte Morris. Jalen Pickett sitting right there.
There was a couple games back with Zeke where he had a couple big plays and he's pumping his fist and the whole bench is going wild. This last game, because I've watched it 100 times now, all the highlights, at least the Pickett highlights. Dude, the bench was going insane for him. That might be the most hyped the bench has been in months. And they were going insane. And I got to shout out Michael Porter. If I was ranking enthusiasm for Pickett plays, Michael Porter was early on when he turns the corner, Mike sees it the first and like stands up and is like he's just like so hyped for it.
Is it Trey Alexander yelling, uh-oh?
Yeah. Somebody's
like,
doing it. Yeah,
bump?
when he starts backing down,
man.
somebody's like, uh-oh. And I swear to God, Pickett took the shot because of it. He was almost like, oh, I got to do it now. And he
If you want to talk about like genuine teammates, Michael Porter Jr. is excited about every teammate.
Yeah.
Like he really is. Like if you even think about like guys that are no longer there, like Bones, when they leave, he's like he's distraught. He's like, yo, I really like that guy. He's like super good. Jalen Pickett is a guy that has been like trying to work his way up. He's went to the G League. He's all these different ways, and he's the one that's excited for him the entire time. So I really love how excited Michael Porter Jr. is for teammates. Like truly.
Kel, can we just pull up some of the best
There's
vote
so
birds?
many.
Because there's so many good. Can we just go through some of the best ones? Hey, one shot on vote here so we could.
I'll read
we could
some of
frame
them. I
this.
also want to let you guys know.
It's like
let him
meaning
do it.
mean tweets.
That in college I did go as who's it from Breaking Bad? Jesse.
Oh, really? Yeah, I can see that.
I didn't
You have
realize I
Jesse
just
Pinkman vibes.
accidentally
You have
did
Jesse
it.
Pinkman
Yeah.
vibes.
Riley Box, Vogt looks like he has an underground rap battle to get to after the show. Leal, Vogt looks like he's about to spray paint a billboard. Vogt is very active, tagging between Park Hill and 5 Points. Shout out Andy Jewett.
All city, baby. He's going all city.
Tagging.
Vogt looks like he's going to mouth off to the teacher before smoking behind the dumpster. Not that I've ever done that. Andy Jewett, Vogt looks like a homie you get in a bubble at a machine at the Walmart on Hampton.
The little homies. Yeah, the little homies.
Vogt looks like a created player for Jet Set Radio. Vogt looks like an announcer for NBA 2K Playgrounds on the Long Beach courts.
That is true. The guy on the sideline.
Oh man, what a treat! Thank you guys. I've been definitely trying to focus on the show all night, but these are.
I like it, man. These
One
are
person
good.
said it looks like I'm about to freestyle about Jesus. I did like that.
That one's actually a
I
good
like
bird.
that a lot. Yeah.
Youth pastor, but he's also like on the level.
I know. I mean, listen, guys. We talk about Jokic. You know who else had to, get up on the cross? I'm just,
Oh, jeez.
I'm moving on.
A lot of you guys don't know this. I've been working with Philly for the last month, trying to help them out over there in that market on the content side. And obviously, they just won the Super Bowl. So I've never watched the Eagles in my life. I've never watched them. But I was deep in them because you're doing content, all day long. I try to work with them on content. I got a confession. I kind of liked them. I kind of like this Eagles team. I don't know if Vogt is about to go to. He hates the Eagles. I have no connection to or from. Of course, I don't like the Chiefs because I'm a Broncos fan. So naturally, that's Super Bowl. But you know how you cover a championship team, especially when you have fresh eyes. I have no attachment to it. I didn't even know who the guys were. But you pick up on okay, here's the mood of the team. This is the personality of it, and it really got me thinking about they were supremely confident. This is one of my big takeaways, and not cocky. There were some cocky guys on there, like Josh Sweat is a trash talker. He's there's a couple guys, but for the most part, they were so confident. And we've seen the championship build up to a championship in every sport. And you ask guys how they're going to do. And some guys it's bravado. Some guys you could tell they're not confident. They just had a calm confidence to them of I just think we've done, we've built our team the right way. And I just think we're ready for this moment. It was a really cool, understated confidence that they had to them. And I love that about them. They were unbelievably connected. They were a team that all of them constantly joshing around with the guys, which really came through, and through the content that we're doing. And then number 3, they were just so lighthearted. So lighthearted. Serious, but just knew how to laugh. They were a group of guys that laughed a lot. And some of this is football. I think football is a little bit more of that. But it's funny when you see a championship team void of any context, which I was bringing to that. No context to it. And then you watch it and you go, it reminds me in a lot of ways of the Nuggets, because the Nuggets in that championship year,
I agree.
They were quietly confident. They weren't surprised. In fact, I knew they wanted the Suns going into that series, and I remember thinking, really? And they were like, we got it. We got it. Not cocky, confident. They were obviously connected. They were one of the most connected teams we'd ever seen. But I even think there was a joyfulness to them that this season has largely been void of. And this is why the Pickett thing matters. The Zeke thing matters. Because I think the team has kind of enjoyed those guys having their moment. And in a weird way, it's brought them together. The team is rallying around Zeke Nnaji and Jalen Pickett. And it's brought this joyfulness to them through the streak that I think it means something.
Yeah. I mean, also, I think there's narratives with that team. Like, they have lost to this team already before, so like they had to prove themselves. I think there's something about bringing in a guy and wanting him to get that championship as well. Like with the Saquon, this is a guy that got pushed out from another team, and then he was incredible. So like they're rooting for that. They're playing through one of another. Their coach is really passionate and outspoken and open, and we see that with Malone, especially in that championship year. He has Laker fans still pissed off at him. Like, you want to talk about, confidence. When your coach believes and he puts himself out there, that goes a long way. Jalen Hurts is like a different type of star. Like, he does it his own way. That's unique. So like, and then their defense is just they're assholes. Like, they know who they are. So I really do think that there's something to that. Like, they are connected, they are together, and even if there are little noise, like Brown was pissed off. He's still pissed off. The receiver that won it. You could quiet that if everything else is working. Like, there could be one guy that's trying to bring it down, and you don't care because you're like, we all are on the same page, and like we'll go around them. And I think that that's what it looks like. But you have to have all of those pieces together to win a championship. It has to be for one another. I think that's what they have.
Exactly. And a joyfulness in doing it and being for one another.
And watching other guys, can kind of be just what the doctor ordered. Like, if the starters kind of just don't have that, maybe because they've been doing this together for so long, watching Jalen have a moment, watching Zeke have a moment, that's the exact thing that gets all 15 guys off the bench. Not 15, you get the point. And that was the angle I wrote about with the Pickett piece recently. It was really a Pickett and Nnaji piece, and just sort of the way that Denver has extended this streak is through embracing the other guys and the other guys becoming one of the guys. And it's, walked out with one Nuggets player at the end of the game and just said, is it fun right now? He said, come on, man, you can see it. You know? And it's so I think these moments are good for a team, especially a team that's been together for a long time. And it allows Malone, I think, who, to your point, sometimes he's got a tight circle and you're either in it or you're not. And it reminds him maybe to relax and extend the perimeter a little bit and let some more guys in.
And I honestly think Malone has made a conscious effort of that over the last couple weeks. And I'm not reporting on anything, but I really do think the Nuggets hit a bit of a nadir during that 3-game losing streak. Things were very tense. The team was in a bad, and it was weird because they had just had a winning streak. And then they go from a winning streak to a losing streak, and everything's so tense and everyone's so negative. And I do think at that moment, Michael Malone, but I think a lot of people were like, all right, what are we doing? Like, why are we in such a miserable funk right now? And they were able to hit the reset. They were able to get some wins going. And I just feel like the team's vibes are up. Maybe it's because most of them are going to be taking a flight to Cancun here in about 5 hours. By the way, can you imagine? Like, you have a big game, but it's like, your flight's in 5 hours.
Dude, no, I can imagine. That's actually awesome. Can you imagine us doing a big show and then it's like we're immediately going to Vegas?
Yeah, like right afterwards.
You're just doing Rocky on the show. Maybe that's part of the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
I see.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
It.
Like, you packed, because you go quick. You don't have that long of a break, so you want to get out of town quick. You probably packed your bag this afternoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You probably were like, oh man, I can't wait to wear this shirt.
Even if Mike was healthy, they were like, hey, you know what, Mike? Take this one off.
He needs the sun.
Take this one off.
I don't know. It's a distraction, but the vibes are up, and keep those vibes, man. Get a win. Go 8-game win streak where you get into serious time next week.
Come on now.
Man, that's what we need. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev? Let's do our thing tonight, man.
Let's do our thing. This is a fun one with all those new changes. Just because maybe we get to see Jokic in the fourth quarter. We get to see that.
You know what?
It's been a while. Old friend.
Gambler Dev does not mind those fourth quarter.
I have no problem with it. It makes it so much better. Nuggets coming to this game as 9-point favorites. Opened at like 11, but
down to 8.5.
Down to 8.5 because they're missing guys. They really, and it's big pieces to the team. So they have to rely on different pieces that they probably don't know much about. So 8.5, I still like it. I still like the Nuggets to win by 8. You want to talk about vibes? Yeah. Right now, I think that the vibes are going through the second unit. Like, I think that's where it's coming from, is you're excited for people that are getting opportunities that they did not get. Like when they make shots, everybody's high-fiving, everybody's vibing. Vibes are immaculate when it's, those people, and you make more shots, you make extra passes, you play harder defense when everybody's having fun. I like it. 8.5. Let's take it. Also like over 233. I think there's going to be some scoring in this game on both sides. I think Portland's going to be able to put up a fight in this game that they did not have last game. So it's got to be with the scoring, trying to get out and push the pace. I like it. On Portland side of things, Denny Advia, I like him. He's good to me.
He's a good player, huh?
He's just so balanced. He does everything. He's huge. But he could pass, he could rebound. He plays hard, and when he gets minutes, good things happen. A lot of times Chauncey doesn't want him to play a lot. I don't know what goes into that, but I think he'll play in this one. I got 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's take it. I really like Donovan Clingan over 17.5
You've
points.
Been talking about him.
Plus rebounds. He's good. He's long.
Enormous.
He's huge. And he's active. Like, he wants to dunk. He wants to grab boards. He wants to, like, keep plays alive. He's going to be a good player in this league. Like, he's just super young right now. He's behind Ayton. We'll be able to see what he looks like. I bet you he has a lot better game than Ayton has had. So I like it. For the Nuggets side of things,
yes,
I like the over 121 team total. I think that the Nuggets going to be able to score in this game, and I think that, it's the second unit as well that's going to have to push this pace. I just think there's going to be a lot of scoring. This is extremely hard to get a three-pointers bet. Nobody shoots it when they don't have Michael Porter Jr.
That's true. Who's going to shoot
If
these?
it would be anybody, it would be Strother.
Yeah.
You could take a Strother bet. I don't know who else would shoot it. Jalen Pickett, he takes shots.
Is he on the board?
Zeke?
They just put
Pickett, 1.5 for Pickett, 2.5 for Julian.
It's just
Zeke,
so hard.
Zeke 0.5.
Let's take Zeke.
Yeah, take
Let's
Zeke.
take Zeke.
Oh, I love a 0.5
let's do
because
it,
it
man.
just
Just
gets
one.
all
Just
in
knock
one.
down
He's
one.
shooting him. He's shooting
Oh,
him.
let's go, Zeke. I'm in. My first Zeke 3-point bet of
My
life.
first Zeke bet of the year. Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
You want to talk
life.
about a Zeke bet? I said that was my first one. Well, let's take a second one then.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go over 5.5 rebounds.
Oh, my man's going to rebound tonight. I love this.
It sounds
We're
crazy
going
with
Zeke,
rebounds with him. It doesn't make sense,
a
but
long
he's been
season,
doing
huh?
it.
Oh, it is.
He's been
Wait,
grabbing boards. He's
how
playing
many?
hard.
How many is it? How many boards?
5.5.
5.555.
Yes, 5.55.
All right, let's do
He
it.
could get 5.5 rebounds. I got one for you, Adam.
Yeah.
Over 4.5 assists for Jalen Pickett.
Oh,
Plus
baby.
100.
How many you have last game?
Like 9.
What?
9.
They don't know who he is?
They have no idea. He's also
I
one of
can't
my
blame him.
legs. I really
What?
like him on this
Look
one.
at this.
Jalen Pickett over 4.5 assists. I really like Brown in this game.
Yeah.
Especially seeing that those other guys are out. They have his line too low still. I like Brown over 15.5 points because he's been playing well. You can pencil him in for that every single night. But also, points plus rebounds, 21.5 points plus rebounds. He could get this in points alone. And he's also been grabbing boards, especially with no Aaron Gordon being on the boards, with Michael Porter Jr. not being in it. His rebounds has went up because he knows what's expected of him. So I think this is a Christian Brown game. I'm going to go over. Our defensive bet is going to be Jokic over 2.5 stocks.
Man, that's tough.
2.5 stocks. It's not tough. He's going to get it. Portland doesn't take care of the ball. Donovan Clingan's going to try to score on him, and he's going to be able to block it or take it out of his hand. So I think we see a bunch of steals from him as well. I'm a bit shocked that we just haven't been able to get these Jokic triple-double bets.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's been an eternity, like so damn long since we've seen one. He's kind of due. I'm not going to bet it.
What?
I just can't bet it.
He's due, you said.
He's definitely due. But he's not even playing in the fourth quarter.
Tonight he's going to have to.
He needs to.
I think
Every
so.
time we bet it, they blow him out.
Okay,
bet it.
well, let's bet
Let's
it.
You know what?
bet it.
I'm letting it ride,
Let's bet
baby.
it.
I'm
Let's
letting it
bet
ride.
it. They blow him out every time.
All right, I'm in
Let's
on
get
it.
it. Triple-double. And for our lock,
Lock it in.
Jokic
Locked
over
up.
29.5 points.
It's a fun one.
Because
I don't
Jokic is
mind
about
that.
a bucket. He is scoring right now every single time, and it's in the easiest ways. That move that he's doing now, like the fake, there's nothing that anybody could do with it.
The fake one or the
All
fake
he's doing
one
is
go.
fake, and then it's just
It
like
is his
so
move right
much
now.
momentum. He hasn't missed one time.
Yeah.
It's 100%. I love it. He's taking those wild shots. That last game, I forgot how many Nuggets did not miss anything.
know.
Jokic truly wasn't missing. it's going to be much more of the same. 29.5 points are just too low for our guy. Let's get the over.
Bet365 does have a boost here. They have a boost that says Jokic 30 points, 3 threes, 10 rebounds, plus 275.
Yeah, they're setting you up.
Yeah,
3 threes.
That's a lot of threes.
It's plus what?
Yeah, that's a lot.
It should have been like a plus 1,000.
All right, let's hit these super chats. Let's watch the game, shall we? Cedric,
It's not for like 12 more minutes.
Exquisite, Z-Man, Piano, and there's definitely a booty there. Booty ball. I don't know what the first thing is. Go combined for 30. All the Nuggets are good. What's up, Vogt? What's up, Cedric? Shane Torrey. Why doesn't Saric play even in garbage time?
He might play tonight.
Yeah,
There's a chance. They need bodies.
You guys, if you
Can you
thought.
imagine if he doesn't? Oh my.
Everybody skips Eric. No Kale / Babes. Vogt looks like the new Slim Shady.
So Eric didn't even get a super chat in, but Kale's going to bring it up anyway.
Because
Big Honey, the team needed to find their love and joy for the game again. Compared to the beginning of the season to now, it's been a complete 180 on the vibes.
he said he looks like Slim Shady.
He did say that, yeah. Druid trading first seed, maybe? Miami cooking OKC, SGA, 9 free throws in the first.
If they go on a 9-game losing streak, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about the first seed, but let's keep this train rolling. Uncle Rico's revenge. We win tonight. Vogt must wear beanie until we lose.
There you go.
Deal. And a message from Dylan. Vogt looks like Fat Shady. Oh, man.
Harsh burn.
All right, I'm
harsh
going to go
burn.
bump some cigarettes. See you guys later.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like button on the way up. See you on the other side.
Go Nugs.
We all silly like the mayor.